'twas the week before JEFCON, more like 6 days, but who knows? And all through the house, it's whatever. I realized it couldn't be. It was the week before JEFCON because that was 2 days ago. We're down to 5 days. Joe, it's 5 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And it's not before. So it's 4 days before. But then when you consider I'll be at Monkey Town, we're going to have a get-together that Friday night. It's only 3 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the last bits of free time we have until detonation. So it's been kind of crazy. It's been a little crazy, but I got this knit hat my daughter made. So, that keeps me going. That puts some gas in the tank. Good evening. Happy Monday. Hello. I see the chatter. And for some reason, Jason, your name was changed to the book obsessionist. The book obsession. Happy December. Yes, Phil. I'm going to say hi to everyone. So we got Jesse, Mark, Jason, the book obsessionist. Mike, got Phil. Who else? Who else is here? I'm Manos. Alan, good to see you. Thrilled about McCammon Mine from Earthling, but I do wonder if SST also now has limited UK rights for it. I love Earthling, but do kind of prefer SST's aesthetic. Yes, but these, Ron, good evening, Ron, by the way. Yes, I am live. Number one's here. Good to see you. Burger Hick, I haven't seen you in a long time. Am I wrong? Am I wrong about that, Burger Hicks? Good to see you. David Perry, Jim. Oh, it's quite the gang. Quite the gang we got here. So, yes, Ron. So you're thrilled. I'm trying to get this positioned in some way that doesn't, that's all right. This is good. This is fine. So, yes, I don't know if mine will be a SST edition. I have the signed ones, of course, courtesy of you, Ron. Courtesy of you, I have a signed first edition mine. But yeah. So these are the modern classics. So if you're saying you prefer the SST aesthetic, you're not comparing the SST standard edition to the Earthling standard edition. In this case, it's a modern classics edition, which, if I need to remind you, I should have gotten this. I should have prepped. But if we need a refresher, this is the Modern Classics line. This is Nick Cutter's Little Heaven. Remember we talked about it last week, or a couple weeks ago, or who knows when. And this is the book where the little girl sees her brother eaten by a snake. And then hijinks ensue. Lots of hijinks. So this is a modern classic. This is not the standard Earthling edition. This is like the upgraded Earthling edition. And it's like gorgeous. So this one, and I have down here, of course, it's a Malfi. I gotta upgrade Malfi. I gotta put Malfi up near a little higher, maybe. But this is Gas Head Will Make You Dead. So there you go. So this is the other modern classic. This is beautiful. Ronald Malfi, Come With Me. So yes, you have to consider the level. These are not standard book-to-book comparisons. So yeah. Greetings and salutations, Stephen Allison Jr. Good to see you here. I recently got feedback that the character I have based on you, Stephen Allison Jr., is a really great character. So kudos to making that grade. What's up? Patty's here. Good to see you. These are classic. Yes. Tim's here. Good to see you, Tim. Jeff, I'm under my YouTube channel. Got 13 videos so far and having a blast. Oh, I did not know, man. I did not know, dude. Thank you for telling us. This is Jason. weapon. What was your name? Weapons. And this is your channel, so good to know. Let's all give him a follow. Go sub over there. Tim is in the house. Very true. I forgot the Modern Classics production qualities are taken up a good notch. They are also a different price point, so you have to consider that the prices, and these are going to be bundled together. Jesse seems to have the scoop on the price, and the way he's writing it, I saw you chatting in the lounge. And the way he's making it seem like those prices, the bundled price is going to be more than 450. Don't forget inspection. Oh, I don't ever want to forget inspection. Oh, I got Nightmare Man. I saw Tim did a video on that. Nightmare Man. I got to read it. Yes, let's not forget inspection. This is just premium. This is premium full leather Modern Classics. This kicked off the new line, and I have all of them because Paul Miller gave me a lifeline on Little Heaven. But anyway, so Come With Me gets you rights to the next bundle, and everybody wants mine. Everybody wants that Robert McCammon title. So you got Wanderers. I could share that. Why don't I just share it? So yes, here we got over here, Earthling Publications. First up is Wanderers by Chuck Wendig. It's compared to The Stand, a magnum opus. It reminded me of Stephen King's The Stand, but dare I say, this story is even better. Says James Rollins. I'm going to brush my face while I'm small down here. It really is a no-no. So, yes, the Wanderers. So we don't know. All we have is this little piece of teaser art by our boy Francois. That's awesome. I've never read Chuck Wendig. I don't know anything about this book. I've seen it flashed around. The cover, the trade cover, throughout all of Booktopia, whatever social media name you gave, whatever name you gave to the social media domain of bookdom. I've seen it around. I know the name, but I didn't know it was a post-apocalyptic story. And then after that is the Bram Stoker award-winning novel Mine, with artwork by Tomislav Takulin. This is the only deluxe limited edition of Mine ever made. Not that ever will be made, please note, because you can't control that. But currently, this will be the only one. And Tomislav did some stuff for Cemetery Dance. I know I have some of his stuff. He didn't do The Shining. Did he? He didn't do. What did he do? What did Tomislav? Oh, okay. Man, I don't know why Mitch does that. Seriously, Mitch shows up. He's like a wrecking ball. He's the Tulsa wrecking ball. How am I? Huh? I'm not on. It says I'm live. Am I live, guys? Am I here? Jeff, oh, you're back. I'm back. See, that's what I'm thinking. So I know I missed a lot of talk. Hey, Rob Loves Books is here. Good to see you. Good evening, Lance. I need that bundle. I'm keeping my rights for sure. Is he going to do the sequel for Wanderers, though? I don't know. I'm game for the bundle. Love Wanderers. Wanderers is the book that put me off Wendig. A big fan before with his M. Black series. So I won't be getting the bundle. We'll have to just hope there are copies of mine remaining post-bundle. Now, I will say, Ron, the chatter is pissed around Booklandia. People are really upset. They're like, I have every McCammon limited edition, And I'm sure the McCammon collectors are the most pissed off breed of collectors because McCammon has house hopped and doubled up on limited releases more than I think most authors. You can get a sub press, a Cemetery Dance, an SST, a Sun Top, and a Levidian of all these McCammon titles, and people were like, finally, he's going to stop. He's going to rest at Levidian, and then Paul Miller comes out with mine, and it's sort of kind of funny, comical. But the people that have been chasing McCammon from house to house are probably the most frustrated because they haven't been building up loyalty at Earthling, and now this comes in and it feels they're locked out. So I saw somebody who was really upset, Mike Jones. Sorry to name you, Mike. I didn't mean to. It just popped into my head because I thought of Mark Jones, who owns Behemoth Rare Books in the UK. So this is Mike Jones. Don't know if they're related, but he seems really upset. So anyway, it's and some of the comments under his post reflect that frustration. They just want McCammon to stay in one spot long enough to collect everything. Mitch is here. Hello. We already talked about that. What's up, Mitch? El Micho is in the house. He messed up the feed. Yes. I know. Horton just read Maelstrom. He loved it. That's cool. Okay. Well, let me just catch up. All right. So, I'm a McCammon collector, and I could not be more stoked. A little surprised it's not an LP, though. Yeah, a Levidian Publications or Letterpress Publications if you're old school LPer, LP. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get the glare off the glasses. The glasses are necessary. And Dark Harvest, yes. Dark Harvest did Swan Song. No Thunderstorm McCammon yet, right? Not that I know of. Trying to think of what is that? Was that the only one I was missing was Dark Harvest? Because I think I covered off on all the other publishers that have taken him. But I also have rights as an owner of the previous 3 titles. Yes. You'll be fine, I'm sure. What's up, Ronan Reed? I like all these publishing houses, but I dislike all of the differences. I want my authors, and if I can't by publisher, this just messes me up, especially if I dislike a publisher or the quality. Yeah, I think that's what people want, the uniformity. People were happy that it seemed to have McCammon had a new house at Levidian. It does throw a monkey wrench into things because if you're collecting the modern classics, you got these 3 babies going, on your shelf, and you're going to want mine and Wanderers next to these. You're just going to want them, but now you're divvying it up by series and not author. I'd have to put the McCammon by the McCammon. There's no choice in that. But then you're like, well, I like to do the modern classics. But you know what you do, kids? This is a little beef daddy hack. What you do is you just take them out for a family photo every now and then they go and live in their own little suburbs. You know what I'm saying? Like every once in a while they get together for a special occasion. Like, look, here's all the modern classics. And then it's like, okay, they go to their own homes. They've grown up. They've moved on. That's what you do. Yes, but if you don't like a publisher, like I liked the Wayward Pines trilogy, really, really liked that trilogy. And the only limited edition of it came out from Gauntlet. And Gauntlet could go pound sand up his ass. I don't like Gauntlet. I really don't like him. And for a myriad reasons, I think there are a lot of people out there that would have their own stories of what he did with Matheson books, with the Stephen King books. He's just a jerk, and I don't want to support him. So I passed on that trilogy. even though I really liked it. Oh well, I got 3 signed paperbacks, so I'm good. But it's it's kind of unfortunate if you don't like a publisher and they do a book you like. For example, Pet Sematary, I adore that book. It was the second Stephen King book I ever read. It really did launch me into like being an avid reader, a total constant reader. And Cemetery Dance is doing it. And I have all the other Doubleday Year series books. I have Carrie, Night Shift, The Stand, The Shining, Salem's Lot, and I just can't get Pet Sematary. So I hear you. I feel it. I get it. I, for one, do not mind the different houses publishing the limiteds, varieties, the spice of life. Yeah. Did you name CD? Yeah, they did Cardinal Black. So, and they did do The Listener and Cardinal Black. Pardon me. Oh, excuse me. You know what? You know what this calls for? What do we got to check in with the Magic Duff Bucket? Magic Duff Bucket, what have you got for me today? Oh, you got a White Russian you shouldn't have, but you needed to. I thought of pouring it into the new JEFCON drinkware. We got them. They're sitting in boxes. Swag bags are here. So I thought of doing that, but no, everybody at JEFCON, you're going to see it for the first time there. So, but we're just going to mix this baby up and we're going to rock and roll. Jeff really does make a fantastic White Russian. Yeah. So apparently you can't get these. It says it's sold out. These pint glasses. I don't know what's going on, but we'll figure it out because I'd like to continue making these available. They're fun. I drink and I read things. I drink and I read things. What else? What else is there? I appreciate you showing examples. I agree. I think you have, let's see. Yeah, I think you have rights to these next 2 books as long as you have Come With Me. I'm going to try to only go for mine if it doesn't sell out on the bundle. I know. That's the game you're playing, If not, it saves me money. Well, that's one way to look at it. PS Publishing, I like the quality they have for Stephen King is very lacking, except if you like art galore. Well, that is true as an example. That is true, and I can, I can't testify to that. A lot of people with PS Publishing, they do the laminate boards, but you're right, art galore, and I love that because here we go. We got a dust jacket, right? The Dead Zone. You peel that dust jacket off, and underneath isn't the dust jacket repeated on the boards. It's more art. And you know what? This is Tomislav, right? Tomislav Takulin did the art. Right? I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to know who did. Yeah, Tomislav. That's funny. I picked the one that he did. So then there's this art. I like there's no words on it. You got different end papers. And then this baby is loaded with art. I don't know how many pieces are in here. 20? I don't know. It's got a lot. And it's great. It's great. But a lot of people don't dig the laminate boards. And not only that, but the slipcase has its own art on it. So, I know that this is the PS Publishing editions are sort of polarizing a little bit. I mean, it's not controversial, but some people like it, some people hate it. I like it, especially because I don't have. I've been a Stephen King reader forever, since I've been a reader, and I don't have. I didn't even have. I had a really crappy garage store find of the Dead Zone. So these special editions, I'm just happy to have them. I read Cujo as a PS Publishing title, um, and that had been ages since I read this shitty paperback. The beloved is shitty paperback. But anyway, so yeah, we all have our preferences, and some people don't like Thunderstorm because they don't like the glued binding, but there are many other things to like. I mean, that is a con, but there are many pros with the Thunderstorm. So you just got to balance it out. I am not that. I get more mad at the personalities behind the press than the product necessarily, unless you are Thomas Monteleone, who owns Borderlands, and have no QA, no quality assurance, typos galore. They sometimes usually have the wrong title on the boards. It's really ridiculous, the lack of care for the product. But that's a reflection of the ownership, that they have these routine, like if a publisher has a one-off mistake and they apologize up and down, then I don't really hold it against the publisher. Mistakes happen. Nobody's perfect. These schedules can get frantic. You're trying to get product out. Everybody complains about Cemetery Dance. So the publisher's got that in their ear. They don't want to be seen as somebody who's taking too long to get books out. So they might make a mistake. But if it's an epidemic with that publisher, if it's part of their reputation, it's baked in, then yeah. But that's all part of. So I don't like Barry at Gauntlet. I don't like Thomas Monteleone at Borderlands. I hate Dick Chiz at Cemetery Dance. So that keeps me out of Pet Cemetery, but gratefully so. So I'm happy. Yeah, I have the Pines trilogy, but both numbered and lettered, and the Lansdale from them as letter, but I really don't look at his stuff much. No, I know. I agree about Gauntlet. The diminished quality is unacceptable. It's so bad because I bought a lettered. I got it. Well, I don't know if I can get to it. It's probably in the cabinet. If I can get to it real easy, I'll show you. But I can't. All right, whatever. It's the Rusty Puppy lettered edition from Gauntlet. The paper is shit. The paper is like paperback paper. Like it's garbage. The cover, the dust jacket art is stock art. He doesn't credit an artist, but I think he credits a stock image company. He buys stock art for the cover, uses shit ass paper. I mean, it's just a train wreck. It was actually the last thing I ever bought from Gauntlet. And then some of his bad behaviors came out, and I just like, I'll just move on. I don't have much time, and I have even less money. So let's not do this dance. I did a rage buy this morning. I'd held off for a year or two, but finally got pissed off waiting for used copies to show up on eBay. That never did. Nathan Ballingrud's Atlas of Hell from Midworld. Oh, I've never rage bought before. And that's a testimony to the title. If nothing ever shows up on eBay from Atlas of Hell, that means it's a solid. People are happy to own it. They don't want to part with it. Oh, Usher's Passing. Yes, Stephen Wales. I got that. I got the lettered edition. Now, you know what's wild about the lettered edition of Usher's Passing is I can't get to it. You know what? Hold on. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Usher's Passing. Here's a funny story of how I was so quick to Richard Chismar. When I got Usher's Passing, there's no ribbon to lift the book out, so that's something. But when I first got this, and I opened it up to look at the signature, Robert McCammon does not sign his name like that. You don't ever see those M's that clearly. Robert McCammon never, ever, ever signs his name like that. And, I could show you a comparison. And I'll compare it to the listener which is another lettered I have from Cemetery Dance. And it'll show you, this is how McCammon usually signs his name, so you don't see those M's. So when I saw that, it was greatly delayed. Robert McCammon had left Cemetery Dance. He was already over at Levidian at this point, and I just thought, did Chismar forge Robert McCammon's signature? I was like so ready. Oh, also, this doesn't have a ribbon to lift the book out. I don't know. I'm like, did he forge it? I was so ready to believe it, but no. I tracked it down and I looked at other lettered editions for sale on eBay, and they all signed it. He signed them all with that extra, with those M's in there. So his signature is slightly different. And I talked to Hunter Goatley, who's like the McCammon man. If you have any questions about McCammon, you go to Hunter Goatley and you will get the answers. And he said, no, Rick, the cool kids who know him call him Rick, said he just wanted to sign it in a special way because it was one of those fussy lettered editions. So he wanted to do it special, you know? And so that's what happened. I really would have preferred to open up a lawsuit against Chismar, but I called the dogs off, and I'm very happy to have that sort of variation on a McCammon signature. That's fun. I like art, but not enough to compensate for quality of the board, slipcase, and paper. Yes. No, I know. So, but that's also interesting because it's a private, personal calculus everybody has to do. How important is this signature? How important are matching numbers? How important is the art? How important is the paper quality and the slipcase? Is there an enclosure? Do you need that? Because honestly, the worst enclosures, the worst slipcases I have are Folio Society slipcases. They're almost like just for packaging and shipping. Like, you shouldn't keep them. It's almost that bad. They're just garbage. But yes, I understand what you're saying. So if you do, instead of doing 30 pieces of art and these elaborate boards, maybe you only do 10 really beautiful pieces, and you do an oversized edition, and you do better paper, and you funnel the money towards something else. I get it. I don't necessarily disagree with you. The thing is, I'll take all of the above. So I like being able to look at having different styles from different publishers. So I know what to expect from PS. I know what to expect from SST and Suntop and Earthling and Levidian. So but yeah, I think as long as they're trying to do a good job, but it's not going to hit everybody the same. I enjoy the PS books. Yeah. Oddly enough, I have 0 PS King titles, but I do have lettered and numbered copies of a few of their other titles, the Ceremonies, Dark Gods, etc. Wow, you don't have any, huh? I stopped when they did 11/22/63 because I felt like a total hypocrite, right? I kept bashing that book. Everybody wanted it. I had total access to it. I had a private pre-order link. I could have gotten my number, which is number 34, but I didn't continue. I said, no, this is where I step off. And I was done with PS at that point. Not out of spite or anger or anything. Just like, I've got to prioritize where my limited budget goes now. And I also did think the gregarious nature, I also thought that's a book that needs to go to one of the Rabid fans. There are tons of Rabid 11/22/63 fans out there, and that needs to go to one of them. Although I could have taunted them by holding the book up, a very special edition of an in-demand book, and going, man, this book is kind of mid during the unboxing, and just flamed the channel. But I would never do that. Like Brian James Freeman having pages out of order in All Was Forgiven. TSSOE. What book was that? I don't remember what that title was. And I didn't know Brian James Freeman had pages out of order. Hit me with the title. The what? Oh, the Seven Shades of Evil? Really? Oh, yes. I think I do remember. Barry used to have sewn binding, then went to glued. Yeah. Yeah, I just looked at all the ones he signed in Alabama for me, and all 8 of them are like the second SIG you showed. Yeah. You bring up all the needs and stuff. Brian James Freeman on his Patreon, he did a survey about this exact thing so he could calm the masses. You did the Before You Buy series on publishing houses. Are there any you still want to get to? Well, I could do Thunderstorm. People ask for Folio Society, but I'm not nearly the I don't buy nearly as much. I could talk about the few I've bought from them and the trade-offs, what to expect when you're collecting folio. Which is maybe. I think maybe there's some value to doing a video about Broken Binding and Black Crow, because I think those are kind of the hot hand right now. The affordable special editions. Yeah. Also, some lore for you. I met Philip when I sold him my last King PS title, Salem's Lot. Oh, wow. See? Philip Fracassi. That, again, is how I knew him before he did Boys in the Valley from Earthling. I'm like, Philip Fracassi? He's a collector guy. He's an author? Oh, I don't know about this. famous last words, because it's been amazing. So thrilled. That's very cool. It's very disappointing when I compare the CD Salem's Lot Artist Edition with the Artist Edition of the Stand. Salem was way better. I know. It's a shame. Although I had the gift edition of Salem's Lot, and they used pages that were just too damn heavy. The spine is concave. When you look at it, so this is the glory days of Cemetery Dance, guys. This really was. It was some good books, good quality. But when you got this book, these pages are the paper is so heavy and really awesome paper, but for one volume it pulls the spine in. You see that? You could see that. So when the book sits there, see how that page block closes the gap and it creates a taller gap at top because the page block is pulling down from the weight. I should have really stored it on its side, but it is making the spine go concave. You can even see the way it's kind of different. If you could feel it, you could see, you'd know it's just curving in. So I've seen other copies. What I like to do is if I have a question about any of my books, I'll often go to eBay and see what titles are for sale. And I go through the photos. I go through completed listings and the current ones to see. And a lot of the Salem's Lots I've seen, the curve cave-in starts right here. And it's fine here. But right about here it goes in. And it's just gravity. But yeah, I don't have the artist edition of this. I have the artist of The Shining, and comparing The Shining to the Stand artist editions, there's no comparison. The Shining was bonkers, man. I am really glad I got all these wonderful Cemetery Dance titles. And they are. I'm not so spiteful that I'll knock his work just because he's an asshole. He did good work, and I think probably a lot of that was Brian James Freeman, but whatever the case may be, those was great work, and Chismar just decided to shit all over that legacy and rub it in. I've become a big fan of Cairo Terra. You and Stephen Dwayne Elson Jr. for sure. I've recently gotten and liked my titles for Conversation Tree and Nepenthe. Now, that's great. I mean, I think there's all that growth. I think More Joy in the World is great. I probably won't go Nepenthe. I would be interested. I'm dying. Oh, I would love to get The Road from Conversation Tree. I have the Suntop one, so no matter what, I've won. I've won the whole game. The Road from Suntop is pure magic, and I won right there. I don't have to compete anymore. I won in my own. I see. The thing is, I compete with myself, and I won my major battle. But it would still be awesome to get The Road from Conversation Tree. Holy shit, that would be awesome. But yeah, it's great. I mean, I think that's it's good. I'm glad you got those homes. I see Nepenthe is supposed to do Dracula. I definitely need to get that one when they publish it. Yeah. Well, folio collecting, paying more in the US. Oh, paying more in the US. Yeah. Compared to locals, yeah. Philip posted his review of King Sorrow, gave it 5 stars, just as I did, which makes me itchy. I've got to read that. I have every numbered edition that Cairo Terra has released. Love the title selection. See, that's where it's hitting you the sweet spot. Jeff, Mitch, Philip, and Joshua are probably tired of me bringing up Cairo Terra at this point. No, not at all. Not at all. A spacer. Yeah, what Stephen Dwayne Elson Jr. is saying. I should have braced up the page block. You could fill that gap with like a piece of cardboard, piece of foam. That would be good. I didn't know it at the time. I was stupid, but that paper is so heavy in Salem's Lot. If you don't do that or lay it on its side, laying it on its side causes its own problems. You can't lay a book on its side that's not in an enclosure like a tray case, because all that weight starts to compress the book. You don't want that. You want the tray case to take the weight of whatever's on top and disperse it away from the book. But anyway, that is a lesson too late. Maybe not too late. Maybe I could still shore it up. Maybe. I've been getting Cairo Terra's H.P. Lovecraft books and have been very happy with them. Steve, Cairo Terra is awesome for those Lovecraft volumes. Yeah. Stoked when the slipcase is announced and the bonus book. Can't wait for volume 4. I forgot about that. Oh, for thick books, put a folded piece of paper folded to take up the gap at the bottom page block beneath the page block. It supports the page block weight and minimizes the spine droop. Yes. Hello, and a little late to the show tonight. Brandon Carr, good to see you. Welcome to the show. I'll most likely let CT's The Road pass. Happy with my top. Well, you didn't see it, so that's the thing. Like, nobody's seen it yet. I can only imagine what they'll do. They do a classy job. They do a really good job. The more you know. Yeah. No, it is TBD, because there's like I maybe will pass. I'm happy with it, but when I see it, depending on what they do, although with the Suntop edition, what I thought was really awesome about the Suntop edition is the paper. The paper has little particles in it, like it's ash. The whole book feels like it's submerged in ashes. And that just fits the whole story, the theme of the story, the foundation of it. So for me, that was such a big part of the reading experience. And I did read it. I read it on the train on my way to work every day. I brought that book on the Metro. That's back before it was uber violent in Chicago, and a guy could still ride the train in relative safety. Jeff, step over here, go grab your road, and it pains me to say, how could they top this? All right, get back to the show. I know, you're right. The road. That's it. I honestly, yes. Honestly, to me, this can't be topped. But what I'm saying, oh man. But what I'm saying is, while this can't be topped, you can add this is a mango leaf paper. This video is not going to do it. This camera's not going to do it justice. But it can't be topped, but it can be added to. You can add to it. 2019. It doesn't seem that long ago, number wise, but it was ages ago. And this paper is just, man, I don't even remember what kind of paper it was. He has in the back. This edition, 276 copies. 250 copies are numbered and printed on Mohawk via vellum flax paper. So, oh, yes, this is a absolute treasure in my collection. Top shelf treasure. Nothing could compare, really. But yeah, so Conversation Tree is going to take a swing at it, and that's fine. And I welcome it. More beauty, more joy, more happiness in the world. All for it. Will it supersede this one? No, this is always going to hold a very special place in my heart. They can maybe do better, more bells and whistles and stuff. To me, this is just truth right here. This is perfection. So yes, you are totally correct, Stephen Wayne Elson Jr. I understand. I appreciate the tremendous effort it took you to pay those compliments to this book. And that just adds validity to the statement that is perfection achieved. For Dick's book, oh yeah, we already talked about that. What for what? The judge says, oops, wrong Cormac book. Yeah, I got that up there, Blood Meridian. But for me, it's No Country for Old Men numbered. I would have loved to have gotten the numbered. But I had to get the artist edition. Is that from a time when Tup? That is from a time when Tup was at their prime. Best I could afford would be a collector's edition, which would be the lesser book, in my humble opinion. Okay. How does it feel handling my regret? Now, Ron, yes, at the time, there's one book Ron and I agree on, and that is The Road. It's the best book written. Boom, full stop. And I still believe that. Even though I've penned Death Bus, I still believe this is the best book, this best example of American English literature achieved. And so Ron and I saw eyeball to eyeball on that. Very little else. Ron zigs when I zag, and he's a Bentley Little fan, but we're not going to, I'm not outing anybody here. And so he passed on it. So what's the latest on No Country AE? I don't know when that's coming. I haven't been to the Suntup production page. So I haven't done, I used to be there all the time. I used to be at the status updates all the time. No Country for Old Men. The artist edition is printed and bound. The enclosure is working right now. So it says summer of 26. The artist edition looks like it's going to be earlier than that, but I don't know. Man, I have not been here. Oh, this takes me back. This tugs at the old heartstrings to be back here in on the Suntup production page. Oh, wow. So great to be here. I miss getting all these books, man. I miss it. So whatever, I'm just tripping out now. I'm getting all nostalgic. So we're gonna stop that because that always leads to I miss Suntup books and then I miss money, but I get Suntup books. How did the Moore book do? Lamb. You know, I thought it did really well. Lamb, the numbered edition is still available. Oh, there's only 9 copies of Lamb left. That could possibly be a response to Hellbound Heart being the December book. So a lot of people are going to just buy Lamb to get rights. I've heard a lot of great things about Lamb. A lot of really, even the negative people said it's a funny book, maybe just not worth such a fine treatment. And it is really stunning what Paul and team did for this book. The binding, I should I'm looking at it. Why don't I show you? I mean, it's stunning, right? You got this, I love this binding. And comes in this wood coffin. Like if you see her, came in a wood coffin, and it's just beautiful, I think. So spending the $675 for the book, and it goes up to $695 once it's published. So $675 for the book, and your rights to Hellbound Heart. And I think a lot of people thought that was worth it. And it all depends on how much money you have in your bank account, how much money your electrical bill is going to cost you, and all those things. If you can, like to me, I would. There are only a few things I collect. Books are paramount among them. So that would be what I would do. I would get this if I had the money, and reserve my copy of Hellbound Heart, because I'm gonna want that book. So it did pretty good. It's a good story, just not worthy. Yeah. And again, I think that is something that I've always respected about Paul, that he's picked books not based on how the world perceives them, but maybe how he does. He admittedly takes a lot of books that people want. So he fill out the surveys and he plucks those books up out of the heap and publishes them. So, he doesn't just sort of wait to see if they're worthy in the grand test of time. Because a lot of things that are probably worthy now maybe don't age so well. And a lot of things that were like Herman Melville died poor and broke, which is the same thing. I just wanted to emphasize it. So I said it in 2 different words. And basically anonymous, I think. But Moby Dick is like the apex of American literature. I've never read it, heathen that I am. I don't even think I should. I probably should give UIC my English degree back, because I've never read Moby Dick. Moby was a dick to Natalie Portman, by the way. Portman. Did I say Portman? Sounded like I said Portman. Moby was a dick to Natalie Portman. Look it up. Look it up. Harvard-educated Natalie Portman. She told me to say that whenever I say her name. So that's part of the order that the government gave me. So anyway, yes. Hear that, Jill? Christmas is coming. Blasphemy. What is blasphemy? I don't know what blasphemy is. I don't know what I said that's blasphemous. Mitch knows. Mitch pops in, does his hello, and then he dips. He dips out. He's like, he's listening for the rapture discussion. Rapture. Mitch, how's the rapture going, by the way? Now that I think about it, we had a lot going on with rapture with those with all of those, that bundle. Did you guys get it? The 2-book bundle of Servitor and Axum. Servitor and Axum are still available. 2-book bundle. Anyway, so yeah, they're still available. I don't know why they are, because this is a really, really cool setup that Mitch did to end the year, the badang. So both Philip and Tyler Jones are going to be in Dayton, Tennessee next Saturday. I don't know if anybody knows about that, but they'll be there. They'll probably be signing signature sheets for these, because Philip wrote, because Tyler Jones wrote a chapter in the Philip Fracassi chapbook, and Philip wrote a chapter in the Alex Jones. Sorry, Tyler, you're not Alex Jones. The Turn of the Frog's gay. Tyler Jones, he wrote a chapter in the Tyler Jones book, and that is awesome. I don't know why these are available. And then Philip and Tyler were both putting up variants. They had a special color variant just for their Patreon supporters. So I, of course, I'm down for the 2-book bundle. I'm getting the numbered, the art print, and the lettered. Yes. I'm also getting the color variants, because you can't. I don't know how you can pass on those things, but I'm just surprised they're available. I mean, the print run is a little higher. It's 260 numbered, and then there's the extra variant cover. So it's a lot. It's a lot, but I don't think it's too much. I think it's not enough, honestly. So I think getting those variants, you can't be a Fracassi freak or a Jones junkie. They miss that. Although I suppose naming your Facebook group Junkie is probably not PC. People don't even say PC, but it's probably not cool. Jones junkies, Fracassi freaks, Malfi Mafia, Maller Maniacs. You get it. It's a thing. It's just a thing. But Tyler Jones is the collective, which somebody named it the collective. I heard those chapbooks enclosures that Mitch mentioned a while back. I need those chapbooks. Hey, Peter, good to see you. I'm sorry I called you Pete last week or 2 weeks ago or a month ago. Time doesn't mean anything to me. Glad to see you here. Yes. You know what I do for my raptures? You know what worked for me with my rapture books was this Black Crow books box. Because the chapbooks are oversized. And here they are. They fit real nice. And you could tell it's already like full. And I don't know where Mitch is on the slipcases, because yes, it is a labor to house these chapbooks all over your shelves. They just don't fit neatly. I thought of writing, Rapture chappies on the spine and putting it up there. I thought of that. Then I didn't, Then I didn't. But yes, I would love that slipcase. Mitch, when can we get the 2026 bundle ordered? Um, whoa. We need the announcement first. For what? What are you talking about? Oh, Jesse's back. I see someone took my numero uno badge. No, you just got it back now. Look at that. Keeping up with Jones. I prefer Jonesian. Hey, folks. Yeah, I like that. Keeping up with Jones. Yeah, it's funny. Hey, folks. Sorry I'm late. Had to shovel snow. Oh, my God. Get a sticker from Mitch. Get a sticker? Where is Mitch? Yeah, I should. Yeah, I could slap a sticker on that. I could totally do that. Who does number 2 work for? um, I could do that. And I think I should, and I could, and I will. I think I will. Um, well, but speaking of Philip Fracassi and Mitch, my love, do not wake, Philip Fracassi. This is the new, what do we got? The new chapbook for Patreon supporters. I, of course, am number 5. And what I liked about it was funny was, do you see that our boy Mitch Hull gets a shout out here? And it says down here, interior design by Mitch Hull. By Mitch Hull. So Mitch should have signed it. I, of course, got number 5. That's my number. My love, do not wake. Mitch is designing the shit out of these books. Well done, Mitch. Well done, Philip. And another chappy in the sleeve to go in the sleeve. Oh, it's crazy to think there's going to be a chapbook, a Rapture chapbook with my name on it as author. That's a little crazy. That's a lot crazy. And it's going to be the spiritual successor of this. Remember, I had to pull this out to look at it because we had to order our swag bags. And I'm like, hey, Jill, this is what Fracassi Fest had. And Jill's like, okay. And then she ordered what she ordered. And I'll show it to you next week. How about that? Next Monday, if I survive, I will share some of the things that you can see, the swag bags, the glassware, all those things from JEFCON. If you haven't, if people don't post pictures or whatever ahead of time. Man, I went to go to a shirt drops and I accidentally did the DUP duplicate order, which was a lot of money, and they're notorious for only giving store credit. I'm annoyed. I went to go to a shirt drops and I accidentally did a duplicate order. A shirt drops? I don't know what that means. Are you doing a live during JEFCON? Show it then. Yeah, I'm going to try. So I'm a little worried about the venue, if I'm going to have internet access, if it's going to be really smooth. But I would love to. I'm going to first set up for the JEFCON. Going to have a microphone so everybody in the room can hear everybody talk. And then I'm going to set up the computer, try to capture it, and just broadcast it live. Maybe I'll be able to read questions if they come in. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But that is definitely going to be on my to-do list. If I can't pull it off, I apologize in advance. But I'm pretty confident I'll be able to. So if you're around, I would probably go. I don't know. I don't know how good the picture is going to be because I'll just have the laptop up on an angle capturing me and whoever's sitting at the table at the time. But the first panel will be 1 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be Philip, Tyler Jones, and Keelan Patrick Burke. Then the second panel will be Francois and Chris Panettiere. And then the last panel, which is just going to be a Zoom call, and I'll probably just upload that later because I don't think I'm going to be able to simulcast it. Paul Suntup, Paul Miller, and Mitch Hull as publishers. So that I'm going to try to do. And I promise, like, I don't want anybody feeling. I want you all to feel like if you couldn't have gotten a ticket to go to get the chapbook, to get all the fun stuff, and to get your stuff signed. And I just got 4 boxes of Philip Fracassi books. He's bringing a lot of cool stuff. So I feel like, yes, the people in the room have access to all that, and it's going to be great for them. But I definitely don't want this community to feel left out. So I'm going to work as hard as I can to get a live feed going. And you could pop in and out. I mean, it's not like it won't be recorded and uploaded so you could watch it later, just like every live stream. So I could stream it live, and you could get a good look at it, hopefully. I'm aiming for it. Trust me. I'm sweating. This is way outside my comfort zone. What I would have done if I didn't have Jill to do all this, it would not be JEFCON, because it just wouldn't feel, or it would not be complete. It would be half of what it's going to be. Anyway, so I think it's out of my comfort zone. It's out of Jill's, and she just did it anyway. So I'm sweating a lot of things. That's all. It's a lot. It's a lot of words for one big feeling that could be summed up with dread or panic. So, but yeah, I want everybody to have a great time. Congrats on the great guest lineup, Jeff. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. Do you have an approximate head count for JEFCON yet? Yes. All told, there will be 54 attendees. 54. You know what? No, slightly less. Let's just say 50. Because I think I've routinely counted myself in there. There's only been one cancellation. So 50 attendees. So yeah. That's sort of now maybe, hopefully everybody shows up. Everybody gets there right at noon when it starts, and it's all just gravy, and nobody has any bumps in their schedule, and they can, I will say, treat JEFCON as a Santa's market, because Christmas is here. Do you have readers in your life that are collectors that would just geek out about getting a signed Child Alone with Strangers paperback, fresh right from the author, personalized, whatever? So yes, I don't know who all is bringing what. I have heard Philip's bringing a lot of cool stuff. Tyler Jones is. I hope Chris Panettiere brings Shit Show. I know Rapture's bringing a bunch of stuff. I don't know what Keelan's going to bring. Did I say that? And I know Francois is going to have a lot of prints because he sent them to me already. And he's going to be doing doodles. So many opportunities to get a remark in your Third Rule of Time Travel, or any Francois art book. And just a great time. And I am seriously baking in a lot of time for people to wander around and do that. So, like, for example, I'll have a panel from 1 to 2, but not everybody has to be chained to their seat. They could go over and see Gerald at Bibliopathologist, who's bringing some exclusive enclosures. It's gonna be awesome. And I think the people, the guests, the lineup was really excited to be here for you guys. So cheers, man. Oh, and then of course you get a beer. She is known as Producer Jill. Yes. Correction noted and accepted. Let's put it in the record. I referred to her as just Jill. Oh no, Mike, you got to be kidding me. Recorded at the very least. Doesn't look like we will get our JEFCON shirts beforehand. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mike. Why is that? I mean, there were the people, the lockout just shipped right out. So I'm so sorry, Mike. Bring your Fracassi Fest shirt. I think that's also appropriate, or a Rapture shirt. Those are also acceptable. Anything you wear is acceptable. There is no dress code other than, like, don't break the law and be comfortable. It might be. It says it's going to be, what's the temperature on Saturday expected to be? Let's see. 50 degrees. 50 degrees and sunny on Saturday is the forecast. So that's not bad. And it's not bad if you're coming from Chicago and you're under like 8 feet of snow. There were shirt drops today and accidentally did duplicate orders because it glitched. Oh, sorry. Do you have an approximate head count? Oh, yeah. So you're saying we need to call it JillCon? Yes, probably. Yes. Everything that's going to make it feel like an event is Jill. So, hey, Jeff, we just got an email update on the Mallerman Kickstarter. Oh, did we? We did? Oh, it sounds like, you're bringing it to my attention now while I'm live. So that means, okay. So let's look at it. We shall. So this says, achievement unlocked. Triple signed book plates are complete. Last week, RSVP ESP illustrator Joshua Ross received and signed the Kickstarter exclusive book plates. And then he shipped them over to me, allowing this to happen this past holiday weekend. So I believe that's Dirk Manning, and that's our guy Josh Mallerman. That's a lot of book plates. I'm happy to report that all the book plates are now triple signed and will be delivered to Whalebacker Warehouse this weekend. That the books are on their way there and should be arriving anytime now as well, meaning as soon as they arrive, their inventoried packages should start shipping out. Yay. Awesome. Pending on unexpected circumstances, we're planning on all books being shipped out to you by Christmas. That's awesome. I'll be keeping you posted here once fulfillment begins. And with us now at this final stage of the campaign, I hope you'll consider checking out my newest graphic novel, Tales of Mr. Ree. Very cool, Mike. Mark sent that to me. So that's awesome. I just wonder, and I know my friend JJ Murphy is also wondering, when's that Mallerman mystery box? Items from his office. When does that get shipped out? That's the level I backed. Oh, I cannot wait. Well, they had to make the tent size. Oh my God. Well, I'm sorry it's not going to make it in time. Hopefully it will, but you never know. You do know, but you got to hold out a little sliver of hope. I backed the same level. Did you, Mark? Yeah, the Mallerman box. JJ Murphy got in at the $250 level, the very first run. Lucky dog. It was all sold out when I got to it. Then the second one was open. Yeah, Mallerman. And I got to say, reading Incidents Around the House, boom. It's just like, oh, why did I wait so long to read that book? Loved that book. Loved it. I'm afraid they're making a movie. It's called Other Mommy. They filmed in Ireland. And I'm really worried about how that's going to turn out. Because I think they're going to rely on jump scares and this scary other mommy, when that's really not the book. The book is not jump scares. So, it's unfair to judge a movie before it's even really shown, but I just dread. But you know what? Like somebody said, the book is still there. Like, nobody's ruining the book. The book exists, and it is unchanged. Nothing the movie did changes the book. So just reread the book, jerk. I say to myself. Well, yep. Can't wait to see what Mallerman sends us. You need to read Coffin Moon ASAP. Best vampire book I've read in years, if not ever. I know that is up next. I'm going to finish up Longsight. It is so good. Longsight M40. It is so good. It's like Tyler Jones and Chad Lutzke. It has Lutzke vibes, but Tyler Jones direction, vibes. There's some vibes of that coming. It's coming of age. No one owns coming of age like Chad Lutzke. The guy owns that section. Oh, by the way, at JEFCON, I'm probably going to say the F-bomb more than I do live, just to warn you. Maybe I won't. No, I probably won't. There's going to be family there. I can't. Ugh. Maybe after hours. It's just some of the crew are hanging out. Whatever. So, yes. Coffin Moon better than Stephen Graham Jones' Buffalo Hunter, Mike? Haven't read either. Yeah, Buffalo Hunter was amazing. And it's going to be hard for Coffin Moon to top that. I have it. It's Coffin Moon's there, man. So I'm going to finish Longsight. I thought I was going to get Darker Days before now. I still don't have it. I don't know where the hell that book is. So I've got to get that shit together. So, but Coffin Moon is up next. Is Keith Rawson an easy guy to get a hold of? Get him on for a book club, maybe. Longsight was awesome. Felt like a Twilight Zone of big with a taste of Ray Bradbury. Yes, Ray Bradbury for sure. King of Sorrow or Coffin Moon next read? It'd be Coffin Moon. I don't have time for that King Sour chonker, but everybody is talking Coffin Moon. Yeah, I think so, Jason. Buffalo was amazing, but I flew through Coffin Moon, gave off some very good 70s gritty crime horror vibes, big time. That's mucho excellent. Awesome. So let's do an unboxing. What do I got here? What the hell is this? This is Thunderstorm. You guys, you get Thunderstorm books, right? You know how it's shipped. This box is soft AF, though. So I haven't done an unboxing video for this, because I'm doing it now. So obviously, I haven't cut it open yet. You want to watch me get injured live? Because I almost did. That's what White Russians and John for an hour will do to you. Tyler naturally feels similar to Bradbury. Yeah. Okay. So mine is on the way. So here it is. This is the Fracassi bundle. The Egotist and Don't Let Them Get You Down. Now, I adore the covers that Philip's wife, Stephanie, the art she drew for the covers. I adore those. And for the Zagava editions. But you gotta hand it to this artist. This is awesome. Don't Let Them Get You Down. It's a very cool cover. And the Egotist. I like this one better. It's more editorial than this one, but I haven't read the Egotist. So, which is bullshit, Jeff. Why haven't you read the Egotist? You love Fracassi. This is one of my all-time favorite books. Don't Let Them Get You Down is right up there with The Road and Butcher Boy and The Painted Bird. No bullshit, right up there. And perhaps a reread is in order, and perhaps the reread will be a Thunderstorm. Now, I always, when I get a Thunderstorm, the first thing I want to look at is the end sheets. And these are pretty awesome. This is Don't Let Them Get You Down. I believe it's limited to only 172. That's criminal. But again, um, Thunderstorm usually does print runs of 52, 66, 72. So 170, how many? 172 is still a sizable print run for Thunderstorm. And there's no art throughout, but jeez. Love this book. And of course, I'll have to do another photo of all the naked fricassees next to each other. And then Egotist, which I haven't read, and I will probably read it as a Thunderstorm. And ooh, this is like marble. Talk about marbled end papers. And yes, again, this is number 55 out of 172. So I got this set. I am so happy I got it. I will do an unboxing video where, they're going to be previously unboxed, but I could talk about them. I hate showing books and talking about books that are sold out and inaccessible to people, but I do like documenting in case anybody's ever wondering about these books, just adding it to the internet database of things. Hey, folks, just wanted to hop in for 2 seconds and wish you a happy JEFCON. If I don't talk to you before then, wish I could be there. Safe travels and have fun. Man, I so wish you could be there too, Chad. If I ever have a JEFCON again, I'm going to hound you again. I'm going to ask you again. I mean, I didn't hound you because I'm not a hounder. I don't hound people. I accept everybody at their no, which isn't a path to success. If you want to be successful, you learn to, maybe there's a cool down and then you ask again, or, as long as it's not harassment, but I'm talking business. I'm not talking about, predatory behavior. But anyway, so yes, I so wish you could be there, man. What did I miss? Damn, I was going to skip Coffin Moon, but 70s gritty horror vibes has me instantly rethinking that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. By the way, Wendy's chili is very underrated, especially after shoveling walks for 2 hours. In case anyone. No, I hear you. That Wendy's chili could be hearty if you're at the right Wendy's. Mine is also on the way. Paul from Thunderstorm said that if the print run was big enough, he'd match my number, and it was. By 4 copies. Oh, that's crazy. So you have 168. Wow. Oh, speaking of which, Jeff, are we bringing up covers news we discovered this week? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Stephen Wayne Allison Jr. You could slap a message to me in Facebooks if you'd like. I'll have to open it. I shut it off because I don't like the dings. I'm so popular, I get a lot of dings. Oh, I got to respond to that. So you message me. I don't know what bringing up covers news we discovered this week. Huh. Mine was delayed by a post office. Wendy's chili is like a secret. It's funny. I think of those two as spiritual opposites. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so out of it. I don't, I apologize if I don't know what you're referring to, even though it's something I said. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are we talking about? Oh, yes. There was a Japanese book. There was a Japanese book. I don't have it on hand, Steven, so I can't just pull it up. But there was a Japanese edition of a Brian Evenson book where they blatantly ripped off "Don't Let Them Get You Down" art. That it's not an exact copy of what Stephanie drew for the cover of the Zagava edition, but it is intellectually and artistically a stolen idea, the way it's presented and all that. So it was really interesting because, like, at that point, do you sue the Japanese company? Do you notify people? Do you make a deal about it? Do you, like, how much is hiring the lawyer going to get? How much is that going to cost versus how much are you going to win versus, like, what are you hoping to do? That's why lawsuits are so tricky. It's you got to pay to sue. But yeah, no, I remember that, Stephen. Yes. That was crazy. That art was just curious if AI spit it out. Oh, that's a good point, Stephen Wayne Jr. That's a good point. What if that artwork just made it into the AI of things and AI just coughed it up? Man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we got some news. What? What are you showing me? Oh. Oh. I'm not going to spill this tea, Jesse. I'm not going to spill this tea. Because it's not it's not public information, but um oh, shit. Um Damn it. I can't talk about it just for your eyes. LOL. All right, I can't spill that tea. So I'm not going to just gonna reshift because it's now in my brain, Jesse. Thank you very much. Um, Naked Fracassis. What kind of party is JEFCON really? Well, the people who are there will know. Jason, bring a friend. Leave your keys. Take a mask. Well, mine wasn't a no. It was more of a resounding yes, but I can't. I know. I know. God, that would have been awesome just to have you in the room, man. Just to have you there, even if you didn't get up on the panel or have a desk where you signed books, even though you would have to. That would be condition of your parole to whatever. I don't know. It'd be a condition of your attendance. Um, so that would be awesome. That would have just been just to have you as an attendee would have been awesome. Just to hang out, Um, Rest in peace, Wendy's baked potatoes. Is Coffin Moon good? Everybody says it's awesome, Jesse. Dave, thanks for the sub. Hope you enjoy Horton's ideas. I got to get over there, man. Can't wait to dive in. I guess I had forgotten you mentioned you were starting one. I remember that, but I don't remember the name. You tease. Damn. I feel dirty for looking at the page though, Jesse. Like I do. I feel like I betrayed a friend. I can't do it. Am I gonna close the page? No. Are people gonna look at my glasses to see what I was looking at? I don't know. But I guarantee the resolution's not gonna be good enough for anybody to do that. So, that's how that goes. But what else do I have to talk about? Oh yeah, there was talked about Earthling. We talked about this is still going on. So where am I? Is it all gone? Yeah. So this is still up. If any of you are even remotely interested, these are they are going fast. These are the signed sets of the First Law trilogy, this Kickstarter. So there's only 154 left with the signed book plates and the t-shirt. And there are only 121 sets left of just the books with the bookmarks and all that. So if you are of a mind, get over to the Joe Abercrombie Lit Escalates Kickstarter campaign. The First Law signed and personalized by Joe. Now, the personalized tiers are gone, but you could still get signed books. So I wanted to mention that in case there's anybody out there that's looking. Another thing that was interesting, I always like to check in with Black Crow. Black Crow books, you could still get Coffin Moon, but you cannot get the package deal. So King Sorrow is gone. And this duology is still available. Keith Rawson. Now, depending on how awesome Coffin Moon is, people might want that. I don't know. So I wanted to share that with you. And of course, there is this, which boggles my mind because Phil shared it. He had copies of this somewhere. He shared it on Facebook, and it's in his hands. It's limited to 500. Autumn Springs, and it's not sold out. That's what I don't get. Add to cart. Oh, we can't show that. So anyway, and they also have a Coffin Moon, which is different than the yellow Coffin Moon. It's not a cult, Dad. It's not a cult. They Broken Binding has King Sorrow. Oh, it's sold out, stupid. So anyway, these are all things to consider. The Babysitter Lives is available. And definitely the Autumn Springs Retirement Home Massacre is something you should check out. And I believe that really does sum up what I had for the show tonight. The last show before JEFCON. Tickets are all buttoned up, of course. I may have complete swag bags to sell. Swag bags will contain the swag bag, the glassware, the chapbook, and the Jeff Pass, and a beer ticket. But obviously, if you don't attend JEFCON, the beer ticket ain't going to matter. But it will also have Bibliopathologist coupon, which is very cool. So it'll have all of that. And I will have a limited amount available after that. But after those go, I will still have swag bags, glassware, and Jeff Passes if anybody wants to buy those. And the chapbooks you can get from Rapture. There are only 150 of those signed by Philip and myself. And those will be hopefully available for everybody that wants one. So anyway, so good night. Oh, King Sorrow is still available at Goldsboro. Oh, interesting. Good night. Good night. So yes, King Sorrows weren't signed when I last checked. Broken Binding, it was, but it's sold out. It was, but Goldsboro's was signed as well. That's available. That's interesting. I have 3 different King Sorrows so far, all signed. Black Crow and Goldsboro and a first edition. I'm in the same boat with you, Mike. Have a great night. Much success with JEFCON. Well, yes, if everybody has a great time, it'll be a success. I have Black Crows and Goldsboro only. Both very nice, yeah. Have a drink for me. We will have several for you, Mark. Cheers to you. See you Friday. Oh, that's awesome, Jim. Yes, everybody who can, please come to Monkey Town on Friday for a hangout. Have a great week. Have a great time at JEFCON. Everyone, sorry I can't be there. Sounds like it'll be a blast. It would be more of a blast with you, Peter, but I understand. I mean, I'm flattered, humbled, stunned that the people are coming in from all over the country. from other countries as well to celebrate. Good night, everyone. See you on Saturday. Good to see you all soon. It'll be a good time. And then good night. See many of you soon. Yes. And with that, we will say farewell. Good night to you too, Lance and Jesse. Thanks for the sneak peek behind the curtain. And I will see you all. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. And if you're going through the storm, you're going to be better on the other side. I guarantee it.